Hey guys, and welcome to Lanquin in Guatemala. This is a place from where a lot of people go on the Semuc Champey excursion. This includes the beautiful Semuc Champey waterfall, but also river tubing and so much more. That is what I'm going to be doing here. But first, let me tell you how I got here from Antigua. I left my beloved Verde hostel and got the shuttle from Antigua to Lanquin. It took the shuttle an hour and a half to pick everyone up, which was dreadful and lovely at the same time because I got to see the city one last time. Or however many times it took to pick everyone up. The total journey took 8 hours and there was no food at the stops except crisps, so definitely bring your own food. However, this dog shelter made up for a lot. When we arrived in Lanquin, everyone was assigned their own hostel pickup because most of the hostels are quite secluded. For my first 2 nights here, I am staying at Vista Verde. This was a recommendation of someone I met on Lake Atitlan, and right away, I'm kind of regretting my decision. The mosquitoes are biting, the room is scorching hot, I don't think there's any air conditioning or even a fan, and it's just steps and stairs all over. And I've climbed the Acatenango volcano yesterday, so I can't do any stairs currently. So yeah, I'm really regretting that. However, it'll have to do for the first 2 days. I will take another day of rest tomorrow, and then the next day I'm going on this incredible tour that everyone is talking about. I will also be staying in Zephyr Lodge, which is one of the most popular hostels here in Central America, if not hotels in general. And I will show you exactly why these 2 hostels are great places to just come and chill and hang out. I mean, look at this nature. You can just sit here, listen to the birds, see if you can spot some wildlife. I really hope I'll see your kids out. Later, I heard that Gringos is a great hostel in the middle of nowhere. Although the location of Vista Verde isn't bad, the food that came out of the kitchen was never what you expected. This is a chicken burrito and french fries according to them. Well, not according to me. The food really wasn't up to standard, and I felt really uncomfortable around the staff after some inappropriate questions and their general unprofessional conduct. This cute cat family did make up for some of it, and there is a pool which looks out on the city. I had to walk into town to the ATM, and since it was Sunday, the small town of Lanquin seemed pretty lively. Once again, the colorful murals were amazing. Alright, 2 nights have passed and it is time for me to move all the way there. So first, I need to go all the way down with my too many bags and then probably go up again. I did get a bit lost along the way. For some reason, I went through this gate instead of taking the entrance to my left. As soon as I arrived at Zephyr Lodge, a weight lifted off my shoulders, literally and figuratively speaking. The bedroom was nice and the bathrooms as well. The restaurant, although a bit pricey, was absolutely incredible. I hung around the stunning pool and took in the views and spent quite some time trying to connect with other travelers, but it was pretty hard here somehow. Then it was finally time to go on the Semuc Champey excursion. I got my lunch package, we got in the pickup truck and set off into the mountains for a bumpy ride to this magnificent place. As soon as we arrived, I spotted some monkeys across the river. Once we got to the starting point, we got a briefing and got ready to enter the caves. Anything we didn't need, we could leave in a locker.
What you have, please, okay? The please part.
We then each got a candle and started making our way into the caves. It's important that you don't swallow any of the water as it's not the cleanest. Eventually, we made it out safely and without swallowing too much of the water. And we saw a guide demonstrate this, but the water was too shallow for us to join in on the fun. Alright, we made it in and out of the cave. We were holding on to a thread a lot of the time. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. It wasn't wow, but it's just a cool experience. And now we are on our way to a waterfall. Just hang out there for about half an hour. And some people can cliff jump if they want to, but I'm not a big jumper. Still have some past trauma. And a lot of people are starting their tubing right now. Some tours include the tubing and others do them separately. Separately, it's about 100 quetzales, and you bring your own beers and then you float down the river. After a short walk, we made it to the waterfall, which is actually the end of Semuc Champey. It is essentially a natural 300-meter limestone bridge under which passes the Cahabon River. Atop of this bridge is a series of stepped turquoise pools. This waterfall right here is where the water from on top of the natural bridge rejoins the river. We only spent about 30 minutes here. Some people had a cold beer, others cliff jumped and enjoyed a swim. Then it was time to walk back to our starting point to have lunch. Some had the lunchbox from the hostel and others chose the local buffet. Both were actually really good. Then we got back in the truck that took us to the entrance of the national park. We got some more information about the place and then set off to climb our way to the viewpoint first.
For hiking, so it's like now it's 500 meters up. It's all the way to the steps.
I was lucky that my muscles had recovered and the pain was gone finally on my 4th day in Lanquin. However, with the heat and the steep climb, we still huffed and puffed. But this view was so worth it. Made it to the pools after first climbing up to the viewpoint, which was okay, but it was very, very sweaty. Then we've come down and now finally taking a swim in these beautiful turquoise waters. Even though I came here with a whole group, the whole group has now gone down to like a lower stage of the waterfall. And now we have this whole place to ourselves. It's so beautiful, so peaceful. People do just come here. They like just take the pickup truck, come here without a tour, just to read a book, have a swim when nobody's around as well. The waterfall where we were before is right at the end of these pools. Semuc Champey means that the water goes underground. This, what you see here, is spring water from the mountains. The river goes underneath this through some kind of tunnel, and then it comes out where the waterfall is, like underneath the waterfall. So that's pretty cool. This is just perfectly clear water, and the river just streams underneath. The river is not as pure as this at all. I brought a local raw cacao snack with me, and I even saw people had picked a cacao pod and brought it. Cacao is such a Guatemalan product. Once the group made it back to the upper pools, I decided it was my time to explore the lower pools once I had them all to myself. We even saw toucans fly over as we went for a swim. And that right there is the top of the waterfall, which is going down here. And that is it for today. If you don't want to do the hike up, you can just take the other road, which is the road that we are now taking back to our pickup truck. It's been a great day, and I think we will be back at the hostel around 5, so plenty of time for another dip in the pool, maybe the hot tub, and a good shower. I was so glad that we weren't in a truck like this, because even in our big comfortable truck, the ride got super bumpy. The sun had started to set as we got back to the hostel, and in exchange for feedback on the tour, we got a free beer. I decided I needed to have a stone oven baked pizza before even having a shower because I was starving. The pizza was incredible. I didn't see the quetzal, but I did see and mostly hear these giant frogs who were loving the torrential rain in the evenings. I ended up joining my roomies for dinner and met a bunch of lovely new people who I then won the hostel quiz night with. We got some free shots and a t-shirt and celebrated with some drinking games and a boogie to ABBA. That is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you're interested in also seeing what I get up to in the next countries, Belize and Mexico, then definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!